Alright guys, so our second type of regulation that we need to see in prokaryotes is the tryptophan operon. Tryptophan operon is an example of negative regulation. It is an example of negative regulation and attenuation. We'll see in a while what attenuation is. What is negative regulation? Negative regulation is when the regulator is present. When the regulator is present, what happens to the gene expression? There is decreased gene expression. Decreased gene expression. In lac operon, we have seen in lac operon. What did we see in lac operon? When the regulator was present, that is when lactose was present, what happened to the gene expression? Gene expression increased gene expression. So that was an example of positive regulation. Positive regulation. Whereas tryptophan operon is an example of negative regulation and attenuation. Negative regulation is when the regulator is present, there is decreased gene expression. Alright, now let us see what is the major function of this tryptophan operon. Major function of tryptophan operon is obviously synthesis of tryptophan. Synthesis of tryptophan. Excuse my handwriting. Synthesis of tryptophan. Now this synthesis of tryptophan, it requires different enzymes. All those enzymes are present in the sequential order. Let us first look at the synthesis of tryptophan. Tryptophan is synthesized from chorismate. Alright. Chorismate. Chorismate gets converted to anthranilate. Don't worry, you need not remember all this, just for general knowledge. Anthranilate, it forms indole 3 glycerol phosphate. Anthranilate forms indole 3 glycerol phosphate, which finally forms L-tryptophan. Okay, L-tryptophan. Now this is the pathway, and this pathway, it requires, this pathway it requires 3 enzymes, that is anthranilate synthase. This has 2 components, component 1, component 2. Okay, next indole 3 glycerol phosphate synthase, and finally tryptophan synthase. Now tryptophan synthase has 2 subunits, alpha and beta subunit. Okay, so this is the pathway. From chorismate, L-tryptophan is synthesized. Now we know that operon means all the genes in a metabolic pathway are present on one mRNA. Okay, so that is why it is polycystonic. All these enzymes that are synthesized are from mRNA on which the codons are present. These codons are present in the genes on the DNA, which are present in sequence. All right, which is having a promoter, its own operator or regulator region. That is an operon. Now, if we look at the enzymes, these 3 enzymes are coded by 5 genes. These 3 enzymes are coded by 5 genes. This is coded by tryptophan gene E. This is coded by tryptophan gene D. This is coded by tryptophan gene C. Alpha is coded by tryptophan A, and beta is coded by tryptophan gene B. Okay. So this is the basic mechanism. This is the basic mechanism of the tryptophan synthesis. All right. Now let's look at how the operon will look like. I hope you have understood how tryptophan is synthesized. It is synthesized from corismate, which forms an anthranilate. Anthranilate forms indole 3-glycerol, which forms L-tryptophan. It requires 3 enzymes: anthranilate synthase, which has 2 components, C1 and C2, indole 3-glycerol phosphate synthase, and tryptophan synthase, which has 2 components, alpha and beta. Now these 3 enzymes are synthesized by 5 genes, or are translated by 5 genes, that is tryptophan A, B, C, D and E. Now let us look how this operon is arranged. So this operon basically is operon. I hope my hands remain stable. All right, let us imagine that this is the part of the DNA which is having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and this will have tryptophan A gene, tryptophan B gene, tryptophan C gene, tryptophan D gene and tryptophan E gene. Apart from these 5, it will have a gene, an extra gene called as tryptophan. You can either write TRY or TRP. Better write TRP. Okay. So tryptophan L. This tryptophan L gene has a sequence called as attenuator sequence. We'll call it as A. Okay, or attenuator sequence. All right. Then it has its own promoter, its own operator gene. You know what happens to operator? Repressor comes and binds there, and then it has its promoter. Then it has its promoter region. Okay, so this is how an operon or a tryptophan operon looks like. Tryptophan operon. This is how a tryptophan operon looks like. Now what do they do? What is this tryptophan? Tryptophan A, it synthesizes alpha subunit. Tryptophan B, it synthesizes beta subunit, and both of them together they form tryptophan synthase. Tryptophan synthase. Tryptophan C, this gene codes for the enzyme indole 3-phosphate glycerol. Indole 3-glycerol phosphate synthase. Tryptophan D for component 2, and tryptophan E for component 1 of anthranilate synthase. Tryptophan L, it codes for a leader peptide. Operator region is the region where repressor binds. It is the region where repressor binds. And promoter is the region where RNA polymerase will bind. Where RNA polymerase will bind. Okay. So this is the basic structure of a tryptophan operon. So let us look at this once again. What are the components of the operon? The components of the operon are 6 genes. 6 genes. What are those genes? First one is tryptophan A, tryptophan B, tryptophan C, tryptophan D, tryptophan E, and tryptophan L. Alright. Next, we have one operator and one promoter sequence. Now, what does this translate into? What is tryptophan A? Alpha subunit of tryptophan synthase. B, beta subunit of tryptophan synthase. C, indole 3 glycerol phosphate. Indole 3 glycerol phosphate synthase. D is component 2 of anthranilate synthase, and E component 1 of anthranilate synthase. L will produce the leader peptide. L will produce the leader peptide. Operator site is a site where the repressor plus the co-repressor. The co-repressor. Who is the co-repressor here? Tryptophan. Tryptophan is the co-repressor. Promoter is the site where RNA polymerase will bind. Okay, so this is our operon. Let us just take a quick look. I just want you to completely understand, get that picture of this tryptophan operon inside your mind, because later when we talk about attenuation, it takes a lot for you to understand it. Okay, it takes a lot of brain. First, synthesis of tryptophan. From corismate, tryptophan is formed. It requires 3 enzymes, which is having 5 subunits, which are coded by 5 genes. All these 5 genes are present in a sequential order on the DNA. These are present. These are the 5 genes which are required, and they are present in the sequential order on the DNA. All right. Then we have a leader sequence. This leader sequence has a short part called as attenuator sequence. Okay, this attenuator sequence is the main regulatory. This is the one which is the main regulatory one. We'll learn it in our specific scenarios. Okay, attenuator region. This attenuator region is a part of the tryptophan L. Now, operator area is the area where your repressor will come and bind. Okay, your repressor, co-repressor, repressor plus co-repressor will come and bind, and promoter region is the region where your RNA polymerase will bind. Okay, your RNA polymerase will bind. Now this entire sequence with its regulatory sequences, they become the tryptophan operon. Alright, now what does this contain? 6 genes, 1 operator and 1 promoter. Now let us look into the basic mechanism of tryptophan operon. What is the basic mechanism? First scenario is, let us talk about just the basics. Okay, how it is acting as a negative regulator. Okay, or how negative regulation is occur. For a moment, imagine that this is your operon. This is your operon. Okay, 5 genes, 1 2 3 4 5, A B C D E. Okay, then there is your leader sequence with the attenuator inside, leader sequence. Then there is your operator region, and this is your promoter region. This is your promoter region. Now the body requires tryptophan, or the cell, bacterial cell, it requires tryptophan. So what happens? The RNA polymerase that is bound to the promoter region, unlike this is the RNA polymerase which is bound to the promoter. Unlike your lac operon, operator is always free here. Operator is not bound by repressor molecules. In lac operon, we have seen that repressor molecules are always present because it is a constitutive gene. Lac I was a constitutive, it was always. But here, operator region is free. So what happens? This RNA polymerase, it will go and it will synthesize the mRNA. It will go and it will synthesize the mRNA. Now this mRNA is polycistronic. This mRNA is polycistronic. So they will code, this will code for alpha subunit, this will code for beta subunit. These two together they will form the tryptophan synthase. C will code for indole 3 glycerol phosphate synthase. Okay, these two will code for C1 and C2 of anthranilate synthase. All these three together they will convert, chorismate to your tryptophan. Okay, these three enzymes will convert chorismate to tryptophan. Now these tryptophan molecules, when they are present inside the medium, let us say tryptophan molecules have now come inside the medium. When tryptophan molecules come inside the medium, what happens is operator molecules which are freely present, repressor molecules which are freely present, these will bind with the tryptophan. Okay, this will bind with the tryptophan. When they bind with tryptophan, they'll go and sit on the operator region. What happens if they sit on the operator region? The RNA polymerase, it cannot move further. It stops further transcription. So presence of tryptophan in the medium will stop the further transcription. That is, if the cell has enough tryptophan, it will say, "Bhai, enough, abhi nahi chahiye tryptophan, so stop your transcription." So how it is stopping? It is binding with the repressor molecule. It will sit on the operator molecule. When it sits on the operator molecule, the next RNA polymerase, it cannot go further. So transcription will halt because of this. Okay, so this is basic, simple. RNA polymerase synthesizes an mRNA which is polycistronic. It undergoes translation to form enzymes. These enzymes will convert chorismate to tryptophan. Now tryptophan is in the medium. This tryptophan will bind with a repressor molecule present inside the cell. These repressor and co-repressors together, they will sit on the operator and it will block the further transcription. Okay, so that is the basic mechanism of negative regulation. Now comes a complication. Second scenario, when there is plenty of tryptophan. When there is plenty of tryptophan, when there is plenty of tryptophan. Okay, that means a lot of tryptophan is there. A lot of tryptophan is there inside the medium. Okay. Now you have to concentrate on this specific area of attenuator. Okay. This specific area of attenuator. Now let us imagine that this is your gene. Okay, it is having your A, B, C, D, E, your L, your operator, and the promoter region. A, B, C, D, E, the L, okay, with the attenuator region or attenuator sequence, then your operator, and then your promoter sequence. Alright, now let us expand this attenuator region. I'll expand this attenuator region and it has 4 different parts. Okay, there's 4 different parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 different regions are there. 4 different regions are there in this attenuator. 4 different regions are there in this attenuator. Region 1, region 2, region 3, region 4. Okay, now what is happening is on the promoter region we are having the RNA polymerase. On the promoter region we are having the RNA polymerase. Okay, RNA polymerase is there here. But on the operator side, because the tryptophan is a lot, what happens is the repressor and co-repressor, are halting this RNA polymerase. They are halting this RNA polymerase. But imagine that, or most of the times what happens is RNA polymerase will skip this repression. RNA polymerase will skip this repression because of overwhelming action. Okay, because of its overwhelming action, what happens is RNA polymerase will skip this, and RNA polymerase will come onto the L site. It will come onto the L site and it will start transcription of mRNA. So what happens is this leader peptide, this is nothing but sequence, right? These are sequences, correct or not? These all are sequences. So RNA polymerase will take one as a template strand and it will start transcribing. So when it starts transcribing, what will happen is it will transcribe till the attenuator region. So till the attenuator region an mRNA is formed. Okay, this is the leader mRNA. Till it reaches the attenuation site. Okay, now till here what happens is whenever there is a leader mRNA form, it will form a ribosome will come and attach to it, and both transcription and translation, both transcription and translation go hand in hand, or together they will happen in prokaryotes. They don't have to cross the nuclear membrane and all that. Okay, so what is happening? A ribosome will come and bind to the leader mRNA. Now what is happening if a ribosome comes and binds to the mRNA? It will not keep quiet, right? What it will do? It will start producing the protein. So it will start producing the protein. This protein which the leader mRNA is producing, this is called as the leader peptide. Is called as a leader peptide. Now the RNA polymerase has come till here, and now the RNA polymerase has reached the attenuator region. Okay, has reached the attenuator region. Now RNA polymerase has come here. All right. So what happens when RNA polymerase is polymerizing? It keeps on polymerizing mRNAs, keeps on polymerizing the mRNA. Okay. And when it comes to the region between 1 and 2, there are two sequences here, UGG and UGG. UGG, UGG. So this leader peptide is formed by the leader mRNA, and this ribosome is going forward, and this RNA polymerase is also going forward. All right. So when the ribosome reaches here, what it will do is it will add two tryptophans to this polypeptide chain. Correct. So this is the polypeptide chain. To this polypeptide chain, two tryptophans are being added. Meanwhile, our RNA polymerase, it has polymerized. RNA polymerase, it has polymerized till here. So what happens is when ribosome is present here, now these 1, 2, 3, 4 segments, these are self-complementary. What do you mean? What do I mean by that is, suppose if you leave them free in the medium, what will happen is they can form bends like this. Suppose this is region 1, this is region 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Because they are self-complementary, they can form bends like this. So what happens here in this particular case is, because the ribosome has moved till here and because enough tryptophan is present, it has added to the tryptophan. 1 and 2 cannot form, neither can 2 or 3, because these ribosomes are hindering their hairpin formation. But what will happen to the 3-4 segment? To the 3-4 segment is, this 3-4 segment will form a hairpin bend here. This 3-4 segment will form a hairpin bend. Now this is a 3, this is 4, they are self-complementary to each other, so they will form a hairpin bend. When this section 3-4 hairpin bend forms, only when this 3-4 hairpin bend is inhibiting the RNA polymerase to go any further. What is further than this? E, D, C, B, A. So what is further than this? Your A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So what will happen when RNA polymerase is inhibited because of this 3-4 hairpin bend? It cannot polymerize anymore further, and this doesn't happen. So when this doesn't happen, tryptophan is not synthesized. Okay. So plenty of tryptophan, whenever tryptophan is present, there are two mechanisms by which tryptophan can inhibit its transcription. One is by binding with the repressor to block the operator. Second mechanism is because tryptophan is present, the ribosomes will hinder formation of 1-2 and 2-3 hairpin bends, but 3-4 hairpin bend will be formed. This 3-4 hairpin bend will inhibit RNA polymerase from polymerizing further, and it will not synthesize those 3 enzymes, and tryptophan is not formed from core mate. Okay, so two mechanisms. One is blocking the operator, second is by attenuation forming a hairpin bend, and 3-4. All right, now let us imagine that. Okay, one more thing you understand here is, because these codons were there, this ribosome has gone further here and it has synthesized the protein, and 2 tryptophans have come here. Okay, now this is the reason why, because these codons could be passed, ribosome could move further and it can go to 2-3. this movement of ribosome has hindered the formation of 1,2 and 2,3 hairpin band, but it is far away from 3,4, so 3,4 could form a hairpin band. This hairpin band has inhibited the RNA polymerase from going any further. Now imagine the third scenario. Imagine the third scenario wherein, imagine the third scenario wherein there is scarcity of tryptophan. Okay, so tryptophan is not there. Scarcity of tryptophan. When there is scarcity of tryptophan, first thing is operator is not blocked, operator is free. Okay, this doesn't happen. Okay, so it is not going. So operator is not blocked, operator is free, operator is free. Second thing is, when the ribosome will come here, okay, when the ribosome will come here, wrong color. When the ribosome will come here, it will get hindered. Okay, it will get hindered. Why? Because there is no tryptophan. When there is no tryptophan, these codons, when the ribosome comes here, there is no tryptophan. What will happen? Protein synthesis will terminate, or translation will terminate. Why? Because the ribosome, it cannot go further. Why? UGG codes for tryptophan, and there is no tRNA for tryptophan, because there is no tryptophan. Now when there is no tryptophan, the ribosome will halt here. When the ribosome halts here, what happens is, this 2 and 3 will form a hairpin band. 2 and 3 will form a hairpin band, whereas 3 and 4 are free. Okay, 2 and 3 forms a hairpin band, and 3 and 4 are free. When 3 and 4 are free, RNA polymerase is not inhibited. RNA polymerase is not inhibited, and RNA polymerase, what it will do is, it will continue synthesizing. Okay, so it will synthesize this 5 enzymes, alpha, beta. Next is your indole glycerol synthase and your tryptophan synthase. These enzymes, they will synthesize tryptophan. Okay, so what is the only difference between plenty of tryptophan and scarcity of tryptophan? In plenty of tryptophan, the hairpin band was at 3,4 position. Hairpin band was at 3,4 position. This had inhibited the RNA. This had inhibited the RNA polymerase, and this couldn't synthesize. Whereas one more thing was, the operator was blocked. In scarcity of tryptophan, because tryptophan was not there, it will not bind with the repressor molecule. Repressor molecules are free and operator region is free. Second is, it will form hairpin band at 2,3 position. Why? Because the ribosome is coming here, and because tryptophan is not there, this code reads for tryptophan. When tryptophan is not there, tRNA will not have tryptophan, so this protein synthesis will get terminated prematurely, or premature termination of protein synthesis will be there, and hairpin band is formed here at 2,3. Okay, now when hairpin band is formed at 2,3, 3,4 region is free. 3,4 region becomes free. When 3,4 region becomes free, RNA polymerase will polymerize further and tryptophan is synthesized. Okay, so that is how a tryptophan operon is controlled. One is through negative regulation, second is through attenuation. Okay, quick review, very fast review. Synthesis of tryptophan from corismate to tryptophan requires 3 enzymes and 5 genes. These are arranged in order. Okay, there is a tryptophan L which synthesizes a leader peptide, then an operator and a promoter to which RNA polymerase is binding. Now this operon, it has 6 genes, 1 operator and 1 promoter. Basic is whenever there is a lot of tryptophan present, it will come and bind with the repressor molecule. This will come and bind on the operator and it will prevent the RNA polymerase from going further. Suppose the RNA polymerase has jumped somehow and it has gone further. What happens is at the attenuator region, there is formation of a hairpin bend at 3,4 which will prevent the RNA polymerase from going further. So two mechanisms will act. One is the operator will be blocked and second is attenuation because of hairpin bend at 3,4 region. Okay, now when there is a scarcity of tryptophan, when tryptophan needs to be produced, what happens is operator is free because repressor is not bound with tryptophan, and hairpin bend will occur at 2,3 because of scarcity of tryptophan, and these two codons cannot be read anymore further. So there is translation, there is stoppage of translation here at this. So the leader peptide is stopped. The leader peptide is stopped. What happens is RNA polymerase will synthesize this further. Another ribosome will come here and these ribosomes will start synthesizing the proteins. What are those proteins? Tryptophan synthase and indole glycerol synthase, and one more was anthranilate. Sorry, this is anthranilate synthase. Anthranilate synthase, indole 3-glycerol phosphate synthase and tryptophan synthase. These three enzymes are synthesized by new ribosomes. So these ribosomes will synthesize these proteins. These proteins will come out and they'll synthesize the tryptophan. I hope I have cleared it and we have gone in depth. Thank you.